How to repair the cell phone switch when the switch is not working. Now this switch is, thanks goodness, been fixed, but this is precisely this video is all about. You have used your cell phone in a daily basis. Now everything concerning the cell phones are very tiny and it's not out of this world. There is a switch, they are so tiny that now. So normally this is how they lock into each other. The switch is right there. So one of them has been broken. Can they be repaired? You has to be very patient, and with some luck, we are talking about part is even smaller than. You see the tiny, shiny, and they are what make up the switch. So there is, because the size, the micro size of the parts, I'm not going to go into detail of the millimeter of the switch. Basically, it's not a high tech, it's just a it's just a steel plate, so tiny that fit inside the socket. Fit inside a socket, rectangular in this case. This cell phone gone into some problems, maybe breaked it in the BIOS, and fortunately I'm able to go into recovery. But however, there may be some problem with the internal storage chips. Maybe the whole SSD, the solid state, has been broken down. So this cell phone's the main board is completely black out. The detail is not known that ever since it cannot even go into recovery, which is why I buy the spare parts. But this is what the switch basically is. Inside this socket, careful, don't break anything. Inside of this socket there is positives and negatives. When two are connected, this steel plate, so tiny, that would place right on top of it. So it would create some sort of click, click, click. This is what it is. There is a cross section that the plate is slightly concave. So the repair jobs, the idea is being creative. Sharp object. I forgot my sharp object. Ah, there it is. I've used a knot. You have used a wooden. In this case a bamboo. So you have to be very creative in order to repair them. Um, you might press against them, so to create more pressure, so the concave will be more to your advantage. So next time it will spring back and it would function like a switch. So you press against it, you find you might I use a sticky tapes to secure the plate, press against it. You have to be very creative, otherwise it will not spring back, and this is nothing high tech. So in this case it's concaved, so you want it spring back. you might use you might not use glue. Once you glue it, is is it's very hard to get it off. Sticky tapes, but sticky tape is not a solution. But the rule the 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 main point is being creative. So steel plate fit inside the socket, and the shape of the steel plates allowed you to click it, and the plates happen to spring back, and you click this. You click the next you click the buttons next time. So this is how this tiny little switch is fixed if you have the spare parts. So the story is, I buy the spare parts hoping to repair my broken phone, but to my surprise, someone even smarter than me have fooled around on the switch. So when I first get it back, the switch is broken, and I have little idea of how these things work. So under normal circumstances, one steel plate fit into one socket. If you find more than one, if you find two steel plates inside your broken switch, if you even find more, 3 or 4 plates inside this tiny little socket, you know that someone has gone a great length in order to ruin the switch for you. The plate is normally flat. I even find in one of the switch, the plate has been bent at right angle. So someone has really gone a great length in order to give you a hard time. So this is how the switch is fixed. If you have the spare parts, thanks goodness. Now at least you can turn on the phone normally. So nothing too surprising. This is the switch.